Looks like I'm live. Hi, everyone. We're gonna just wait a few minutes just to see if anyone pops on. Even if you don't, I'm still gonna be doing the live. It's not an issue. But I decided I was gonna go live today. I know that here I am in the US. I'm actually we're actually doing the 4th of July celebration today, even though yesterday was 4th of July, but today is a holiday as well here. So like I said, let me go ahead and just do this live that I already had planned anyway. I haven't gone live in a while, and this is going to be really informal. Okay, it's a really informal chit chat, nothing. I do have a few notes that I want to talk about, but this is going to be a really informal chit chat. A couple of years ago, I actually started a Monday morning kind of meditation, and it kind of fell away by the roadside, and I didn't really pick up on it because I really wanted to. I kind of felt like I was running out of ideas, to be honest, and I didn't feel like I was doing what it wasn't being as effective as I really wanted it to be. So I stopped for a while, and then I've been thinking about it, and I said, you know what, I've got to just stop thinking about it and get this thing going. But a topic came to me, and I actually solidified the title this morning of what this is going to be all about. And the title is Making Mondays Matter. And I remember seeing a post some time ago, everybody's all excited when Friday comes because Friday is like the beginning of the weekend. And I would tell people, you know what, Monday is actually my favorite day because Monday is the beginning of a new week. It's a whole, as an artist, I tend to look at it as a clean canvas. What are you going to build on during that week, right? And Monday is actually the first day leading up to the weekend. So most people celebrate when the weekend is here, and I tend to celebrate on the Monday, said, okay, looking forward to another weekend, right? So that is how I look at Monday. So I wanted something. I've always been, someone to do like Monday morning meditations, like, years back. I'd actually do meditation. Hi, Karen. I wanted to do something specifically on Mondays just to kind of set the week, right? So I decided to restart this and call it Making Mondays Matter. So that is what we're going to talk about a little bit today. And like I said, it's going to be a real informal chit chat. If you have comments or questions, just simply post them, and I'm hoping that they will pop through here. Just I'm going live from StreamYard, so you have to give StreamYard permission to show. If you're watching from Facebook, you have to give them permission to show your comments, and you simply go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, and that way I'll be able to see your comments here in the StreamYard chat. Okay, there are people also watching from YouTube as well as from my Lupus channel on my Lupus page on Facebook. So I am here, and today the topic I had is, it's always going to be Making Mondays Matter, but there will always be a different subtitle. So today is all about I Have a Dream. And I decided to do this one. I had something else planned, but I said, you know what? Today is when we're recognizing the 4th of July's Independence Day in America, right? So I decided to do it the I Have a Dream, because American independence didn't just come about because, it didn't just happen. There were a group of people who came about, and they had this vision for the United States of America. And they had a vision of this country being free from under British rule. So they made it happen. It took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and the lives of few hundred thousand soldiers and other people that fought for the independence of this country. But they did it because they all had a dream. And we all know that famous speech by Dr. Martin Luther King, the I Have a Dream speech, right? So I wanted to talk about our dreams and our visions, and those that we have seen come to fruition, and then those dreams that we know might have had kind of pushed to the back burner, and they're just kind of sitting there, and every once in a while they'll drop the hints like, are you going to pick me up anytime soon, that type of thing. So today's going to be all about the I have a dream. And one of the there's a quote by Walt Disney. I don't know if you've ever heard it. It said, what I want people to remember, and I'm paraphrasing this of course, is that all of this, everything that Walt Disney has created and his future team has created, it all got started with a mouse that we know as Mickey Mouse. And of course there was Minnie Mouse that got added on, and a bunch of others, but it all got started with a mouse. So what is that little bean or that little mouse for us that that we're going to get started with? If you don't have a dream, everyone needs one. Everybody needs that thing, that vision, that whatever it is that gets you jumping up out of bed every single morning. Because there are so many people who wake up, they get up on a Monday morning and they dread going to work. But it's not supposed to be a dread, right? You're supposed to wake up full of passion and just raring to go because it's something that you love to do. So what is that dream of yours, that vision of yours that makes you jump out of bed in the morning? Everybody needs that dream. Just like those visionaries way back, in the 1700s, who had this vision for a United States of America. What is your vision? It has to, and the thing is, it has to be big. I know it's okay to have small dreams. I'm not knocking small dreams, but those small dreams should be kind of stepping stones to that grand vision that you have. And I have this one big one. I'm not going to talk about it right now, but I am going to talk about it at 4 o'clock today with a business partner. And we're starting small, but the dream is so big, the vision is so big that it's almost scary, and it should scare you. If you have a dream and it doesn't scare you because it's so easy to achieve, bigger. Make it bigger, because it should be something that scares the heck out of you, because you have to wonder, how am I going to achieve this? And the thing is, it's not the how. It will happen. If this is something that you're meant to bring to this world, it's going to happen. If this is your purpose for this world, your divine purpose for this world, it's going to happen. So don't be scared by how it's going to happen. Just have that vision, and don't give up on it. But have those small steps, those smaller visions that are going to lead into achieving that bigger goal, right? So there's something, I was going through my memories. I have a few notes, like I said. I was going through my memories on Facebook this morning. It's something I love to do, just to see what I posted a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever the case was, and to see how I've grown in my thoughts, because you can actually see, your growth in Facebook memories. I can see mine, and I don't know about yours. If you can, I'd love to know, because I've sat down and I can see from 9 years ago where I post something, and then 2 years ago how my thought process has matured and grown quite a bit more. So I'd love to know if you see that. But I love to go through my Facebook memories, and one of the things that popped up this morning was this thing that I posted, and I noticed that it wasn't even public, and for some reason it was locked. And I decided I'm going to share it with you in this live stream. And it was this is what I wrote down. Everything around you called life, and I had life in quotes, was made up by people no smarter than you. Everything around you called life was made up by people no smarter than you. And it hit me that, that is really true. Because so many of us walk around thinking, oh, I can't do this, I can't create this vision, or I can't do that because I'm not smart enough, and I'm not this enough, and I'm not that enough. And it's like everything around you called life was made up by people who are no smarter than you are. So why is it that you can't do that? Why is it that you cannot achieve your dream? Because the thing is, everything that's been created, somebody needed it. And that's why it was created. Somebody needs whatever your vision is. The vision, the dream has not been given to you for you to just sit back and do nothing with it. It's given to you because somebody out there needs it. Hi, Justin. Somebody out there needs your grand vision. So it has to come to fruition. Okay? So if we wait and this thought again popped in because I was doing this to myself. I wanted to wait until I got everything together before I jumped on with this Making Mondays Matter live stream, because I wanted everything to be perfect. I wanted all of my thoughts to come together. And today, the first day of doing this live stream, everything seemed to just kind of fall apart. I had a phone call this morning just as I was planning some things that kind of threw me for a loop. And then my sister and her kids just walked through the door maybe 3 minutes before I started the live stream. So I went out and did a quick hello. I didn't know that they were coming over like right now. So I thought, oh, I've got some time. They're here. So I said, let me just go ahead and do the live stream and then we'll visit after because they'll be here for a while. But this is like everything that, you think you have everything planned and then it never works out the way that you have it planned. But the thing is, I said, you know what? That's what life does to you though, it doesn't it? You make a plan and then God says, yeah, okay, you can go on with your plans, but I have my way and I have, my way that I am going to allow you to do it, right? So yes, we make plans and we think that we everything has to kind of line up, but the thing I wrote down this morning, the note to myself was, if you wait until things are perfect to take action, you're going to be waiting for the rest of your life. So if you have that grand idea, just get started. Don't wait for things to be perfect. Don't wait till you get the gigantic building that you want for this grand vision of yours. Just get started. Maybe there's a room that you can rent somewhere to get, or maybe it's a garage. Some of the greatest businesses have gotten started in a garage. Some of our favorite bands have gotten started in a garage. So that was a note I wrote down as well. And then, if it resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. I'm just hoping that this, this Making Mondays Matter live stream kind of, you take whatever it is you want out of it. Like I said, this is just a dream that I've always had to do a Monday morning meditation, but I decided to just kind of change it up a bit. So my thought there again, if you wait until things are perfect, you're probably going to be waiting for the rest of your life. So just do your dream, do your vision, get things going, even as imperfect as you might think it is. All right? Because the thing is, if you wait for everything to kind of fall into place, you're going to be waiting for a very long time. So just get started. And you know what? You might think that it's not perfect, but even in that moment of imperfection, somebody is hearing the message that they need to hear. So just get it done. The thing is that I like about Mondays as well is that Mondays tend to shape the week. And that's why I like to do the Monday meditations or I like to have this on Monday because for me, Monday is like almost like a blank slate. And you know me, I'm an artist. So when I look at Monday, there's a week ahead, right? And Mondays is like that whole week is like a blank slate. So Monday is when you kind of pick up the paintbrush, you sit down, you plan your week out. You said, okay, and I can show you my phone. I have a lot of things planned on my calendar because if I don't put it on my calendar, it never gets done. I know a lot of you probably like that as well. I've gotten to the point where I'm studying right now. Yes, I'm working on my doctorate. I am working on my doctorate. I'm so excited. It's a lot of work, lots of work, but I'm working on my doctorate and I actually plan in my calendar times to study. Everything is in my calendar and I don't let anything take away from that time to study. So if there's something big that you're working on, plan Plan your business time when you're working in your business. Plan times when you're working on your business. If you're in college, plan all of that time in, because it does help to have it written down or put in a calendar. Because if you just kind of go through your day just kind of plays you. And at the end of the day, you look back and said, I really didn't accomplish everything I wanted to accomplish. So plan your day, plan your dream, plan out this whole vision of yours and make it happen. Because they say that, anything that you can, you can make a plan, you can have a dream, but a dream without a goal or a plan is really just a wish. So plan everything out. Let me just flip over because I have a bunch of notes written down and I didn't want this to get too long. All right, so like I said, we are celebrating 4th of July, or American independence in the United States, right? So I decided, you know what exactly do we kind of need to declare independence from? One of mine, and I think mine has always been procrastination. I can put off things and put off things and put off things, which is why I really have to put things in my calendar, because I can be a queen of procrastination. So maybe that's one of the things that you have to declare procrastination from. So that's one of the questions I wrote down. Since we're celebrating American independence, I thought maybe we could write a Declaration of Independence, whatever that means for you. It's going to be different from each person who's watching, right? So what do you need to declare independence from? Could be from fear. It could be from, fear of getting in front of the camera. A lot of people, when they watch my live streams, they say it's so effortless for you. You just kind of get in front of the camera and you just talk, and a lot of them don't realize getting in front of the camera each time is like getting in front of the camera the very first time again. It's not easy because I'm a more of a behind the scenes person. And this is something that I have to work on all the time, because it's like if I'm trying to build a business where I have to be in the forefront, I can't be afraid of being in front of people. So this is something for me. This is I do have a genuine fear of being in front of people, but it's something I've worked on ever since I was a teenager and I was a member of the debate team in high school. That was my way of kind of overcoming that fear, was joining the debate team. I mentioned procrastination. You may want to declare independence from illness, right? That was a declaration I made at least 8-9 years ago when I was first diagnosed with lupus. I was adamant that lupus was not going to take over my life. And I stood by that and I worked through it and I learned all kinds of things and I learned what worked and what didn't work. And I'm sitting in front of you now, healed from lupus. And I can prove it. My doctors have all the proof. They didn't even believe it themselves. But they have all of the paperwork, all of the blood work, all the documentation to show it. Right? So I made a declaration of independence from illness, period. Not just from lupus, but from every illness that I had been diagnosed with. All right. So maybe that can be part of your Declaration of Independence as well. What about that whole idea of not feeling enough? You're not pretty enough. You're not smart enough. You're not slim enough. You're not this enough or that enough. Whatever your not blank enough is, maybe that's what you need to declare independence from today. Right? What about the self-sabotage? We always come up with a reason why it can't work. We have this grand idea, we have great ideas, and we can see the vision, right? In our head, we can see everything all playing out, and then we stop and say, but it won't happen. It can't happen. No, I'm not smart enough to do that, or I'm not pretty enough to do that. I'm not this enough. That it's just not. Major self-sabotage. Right? So maybe self-sabotage is what we need to declare ourselves from today, right? Make that as part of your Declaration of Independence. Maybe it's poverty. There's so many of us have grown up with this like poverty mindset and we don't realize it. So the way that we talk about money, the way that we work with our money, we don't realize it, but we're actually just creating a cycle over and over and over again. One of the things I had to do, two things actually, I had to get a coach relating to money, and I had to get a coach relating to business, because I knew that I couldn't do this by myself. But I had a lot of mindsets surrounding money that I needed to break. And I think a lot of us are in that same boat. And if you're interested in learning and finding out who my the money coach is and my business coach, I will gladly share those with you. Just send me a message and I will share with you the names. Has it been worth it? Absolutely. They are worth every dime. The thing is, we have to be able to, part of the work is sitting down and finding out where did all of these self-limiting beliefs come from regarding money. And it's so interesting. It's so interesting to find these things out, but it's so freeing when you finally release them and you can go on and have a whole new mindset relating to money and finances. One of the biggest things I think I did for myself was when I decided I was going to start my doctorate. And one of the things I looked at was, oh my gosh, is that how much it's going to cost? And then I instantly said, no, this is not a cost. This is an investment. The terms that we use relating to money, that also has to change. So many of us say, I spent this and I spent that, when in actual fact, we're circulating money, right? But when I immediately switched my thoughts from, is that how much this doctorate is going to cost, to, so this is how much investment I'm going to have to make in myself in this doctoral program if I'm going to do it. And immediately I felt like the shift, right? So we have to stop being afraid to invest in ourselves. We have to know, okay, at some point, if you want this, you're going to have to invest a certain amount of money. But the thing is, you're circulating it. What goes out is bound to come back to you. And it's going to come back to you even bigger than what you sent it out. So changing that self-talk, whether it's around money, whether it's around relationships, whatever it is around, we have to start changing that self-talk, right? And back into the declaration from poverty, we have to start understanding our finances. We need to know where our money is coming from, and we need to know where it's going, right? So whatever the investments are, we need to make sure that we are keeping track of that stuff as well, making sure we're keeping track of our investments. This is not going to be very long. It's actually turning out to be longer than I anticipated, but I hope you all are getting something from this, okay? And you can just share with me in the comments, or you can send me a message and let me know what you think about this, Making Mondays Matter live stream. Is it helpful? What topics do you want to talk about? Just let me know. All right. So when it came to the American Declaration of Independence and the fight that they went through, lots of people ended up dying to bring that vision to fruition, right? But it happened. So something inside of us has to die in order to be able to create the vision that we see for ourselves. So these are the type of things that I'm referring to, let fear die inside of us, procrastination, illness, the whole idea that we're not enough, that we're not smart enough, all of this stuff. So something has to die in us in order for us to gain the independence that we're looking for. We have to start taking control of our life, right? So what the homework I'm going to give to you, yes, I'm giving you homework. I'm not going to ask for the homework. This is just more of an activity that I'd like for you to do to kind of reflect. It's just self-reflection, right? So, here's something I forgot about, the declaring independence from people pleasing. I don't know, a lot of us do it, especially as women. We worry so much about what other people think of us. And that's one of the things we got to get over, stop with the people pleasing, because if we focus so much on what other people think about us, we are never going to go for those dreams. We're going to worry about what this other person is going to think, or what that person over there is going to think. And then we're going to sit back 20, 25 years later and realize we didn't do what we really wanted to do because we were so worried about what other people are going to think, right? The only person we really need to be worried about what they're going to think is God, the person who gave us this big dream. He's the person who we're going to have to look at and say, you know what? Um, yeah, I didn't do it because I was too busy worried about what other people were thinking. We need to stop with the people pleasing. Do your thing. Wake up in the morning with whatever your it is and do it. Because this is your dream. This is not anybody else's. And you cannot worry about whether somebody says, well, if this was my dream, I would do it this way. This is your dream. Do you. Do your dream your way. Because nobody else can do it the way that you can do it. Okay? And this part kind of ties into what I just said earlier about the people pleasing. You have to vision and tell you a new dream is just too big for you, that you can't do that. Just people, there's some people who are going to tell you it can't be done. Just learn to wear those headphones that block out that kind of noise, right? Just do it. So here is the activity that I'd like for you to do. Now there are two little tidbits to this. One of them is I want you to create your own Declaration of Independence. Right? Whatever it is that you need declaration to declare independence from, write out yours. And if you're okay with it, I'd love for you to share some with me. Just put it in the comment section. I'm sure that other people will probably want to see as well, and it might inspire others to do something like that for themselves as well. Okay, so I want you to create your own Declaration of Independence. It doesn't have to be long. Just, if you have only one thing that you really need to declare independence from, then make it that thing. If you have 10 things, then write down your 10 things. And I'd love for you to share it with me and others in the comment section. The other thing is, when it comes to your dreams, I'm going to give you a little bit of a little activity to do. And this is on like a three tiers, okay? So the first one is, in your home, if you live with a lot of people, chances are everyone in the home has dreams of their own. So have a place where everyone can kind of go and share their dream. Maybe they write it down, maybe they put a picture, and have that one spot where everybody can share their dreams. And in this way, everyone can support each other in seeing their dreams come to fruition, or helping them to, on their whatever steps they need to take to get that dream fulfilled, right? The next part of it is to start a dream journal. And with this, I don't mean, whatever dreams you have during the night, get up and you write them down. I mean, yes, that does help. I actually started doing that several years back. But with this dream journal I'm referring to is whatever goals or dreams or ideas that you may have, keep that journal with you. And when an idea pops into your head, write it down. It might not seem like much to you in that moment, but when it pops into your head, something pops into your head, it's coming to you for a reason. So immediately grab your little notebook from your purse or wherever you have it, and just write down that idea. And just keep doing that, because these ideas are going to come together. You may not know how, you may not know when, but somehow they're all going to tie together for something that you're going to create. All right. So that is part 2 of it. And the next one is, find out words that embody the particular dream that you have or whatever goal you have. And a lot of the times you can go to Dollar Tree and they have these little like temporary stickers that say dream, love, embody, whatever the case is, and create something maybe on a wall, or just, I know some people who actually got tattoos. They came up with the words and they got it tattooed along their wrist, so that every time maybe they're putting on a bracelet, it reminds them, they read it. You don't necessarily have to go to that extent. You can simply just write it down on a piece of paper and place it somewhere where you're going to be seeing it a lot, to remind you of the dream that you have for yourself. All right, so that is the quote unquote homework. And that is all that I have for today on today's episode of Making Mondays Matter. And today's subtitle was I Have a Dream. I talked a little bit more about other stuff, but I 30 minutes, right? So if you have any questions at all, or if you want to reach out to me for any, I'm glad you found it useful, Justin. Thank you for your feedback. So if you have any questions or thoughts, feel free to reach out to me. You can post them in the comment section in this live stream as well, and I will get back to you. You can you can find me on all kinds of social media. I have my lupus page called Calling Beating Lupus the Natural Way. I'm on there quite a bit, and that is going to be taking a little bit of a change. Big changes coming up, big changes. So pay attention to all of that as well. But I'm also on Instagram and I'm on YouTube as well, where I have lots of free information relating to beating autoimmunity and my own journey in overcoming lupus. So if you're dealing with any kind of health issues, there's a lot of information that's posted there. Anything I posted is not just for lupus, because the information is geared towards helping you to prevent you from getting sick in the first place, and also to help you to overcome illness, whether it's an autoimmune condition or something else. So you can always find me. Thank you, Gina. Interesting session. Thanks, Kathleen. I'm glad you found it to be beneficial. So I will see you all next Monday for another episode of Making Mondays Matter, as well as I'm going to be on later on today at around 4 o'clock talking about the different activities that my business is going to be running this coming week. Some of them are going to be live in person, but I'm trying to find a way of doing it so that it's live online as well. But a lot of these activities are going to be paid activities. So we're working out a couple things to try to bring everyone together, the live in person as well as live on social media. All right, so more about that coming up real soon. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. It was a little longer than I thought it was going to be, but 30 minutes was pretty good. So I appreciate you all taking the time to be here with me today, and I will see you all again real soon.